I don't know who need to hear this, but I'm led to say, if you could use the things you focus on that make you feel bad in a way that you can express it in order to make you feel good, you free. All you gotta do after that is rewrite your history. You hear me? All you gotta do after that is rewrite your history. And in order to write your history, you're gonna have to tell a different story. Not to nobody else, to yourself. You're gonna have to tell a different story to yourself. So that means you're gonna have to break past all the pain, all the anger, all the trauma, and the memories that come along with it in order to tell yourself another story. And once you begin to tell yourself another story or a better story, then you're able to tell that story to others from the space-time continuum that you presently find yourself in. You know, I don't know who that was for, but I'm led to say that because it's a lot going on. You know, it's a lot going on, and nobody can tell it like you. You hear me? You know, nobody can tell it like you. And as y'all don't heard me say before, it's through my message that I became a message. You hear me? It's through my message that I became a message. And in order to do that, I had to pay attention. You know, I had to pay attention. And I know what it takes. I know what's required. You know, I know the fight. I know the mental fight. I know the emotional fight. You know, I know the visionary fight. And all those other things, you know, in order to elevate, raise up, move through, beyond and above the mess in order to be a message, you know. Otherwise, you're telling the same story of the things that you always find yourself going through that's uncomfortable, that's unwanted, and that in most cases need change. But the only way for those things to change, you're gonna have to make some, you know. And change is okay. I made some, you know. I made a whole lot, you know. Too many people know me personally to sit here and cap. Too many people know me personally to sit here and lie. Too many people know me personally to sit here and be fake. Too many people know me personally to sit here and pretend like I'm something that I'm not. You hear me? Because too many people know me personally to know that everything I present myself as is what I always presented myself as. You hear me? You know, I don't front, I don't copy, I don't mimic, you know, I don't be phony. Or none of that. You hear me? You know, I don't play like a fool, and I don't been a fool when I needed to. You know, listen, you go miss it. You hear me? But yeah, you know, it's real. It's real. It's real. And I guess part of the reason that I'm saying is because even though I'm in a more elevated space, a more upgraded space, you know, a more consciously aware space, you know, internally as well as externally, being the empath that I am, you know, because I be feeling what y'all be feeling, even though I might not be there feeling it with y'all. You hear me? I'm aware enough to know that everything that comes through me, you know, is not coming from me. You heard? and that allows me to be a message for somebody. That allows me to be a message to somebody, you know. But yeah, it's through my message that I became a message, and I got the message, but I had to pay attention, you know. I had to pay attention. It's because it's through the hell that we get the lessons in order to raise heaven in ourselves. See, it's through the hell, you know, that I had to pay attention in order to raise heaven in myself. So if I tell you something concerning you, in order to be a bridge in a way that you can walk up yourself, within yourself, and you don't listen, and then you find yourself having to round back and ask me about the same thing that I gave you my opinion on, or my insight on, or my knowledge on, or my wisdom on the first time, no bueno. You hear me? I'm not that same guy, you know. And I don't say that in a way to be mean, but in my awareness, I have to eliminate the possibility of us wasting each other's time, energy, and effort, you know, cause I'm in a space where it's all, nothing, and everything, you know, and that ain't an easy space to operate from, you know. That ain't an easy space to operate from, but you can't be scared of your light, you know, because your dark is not scared of you. You know, and I learned, and I had to learn that you can't be scared of your light because your dark is not scared of you. You hear me? And if your shadow, if your shadow ever confronts you from outside of yourself to yourself, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So you can't be scared of your light because your dark is not scared of you. You hear me? Osio, Shalom, Salam, Hotep, Alafia, Namaste, you know, hello, bonjour, and all that other good stuff. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Radiating, operating, vibrating, emanating, you know, being the most current and best illustration of what you could demonstrate in your right now. You know, I just came through to say a few things. My day ended. We still in day, but my day ended more earlier than normal. You know, so I figured I might as well come on through and drop a few words while I got while my energy is more upbeat. You know, because as the day proceed, you know, our energy shift. You hear me? As it get later in the hour, our energy start shifting. You know, and there's a lot of shifts going on. You know, I feel it. But yeah, I came through to just say a few things to us because there's a lot happening around us according to what's happening in us, and we're in a time where we definitely need to be plugged in. You know, we definitely need to be aware of what's going on within us, so we know how to maneuver and what's happening around us. You heard? But we definitely need to be plugged in into the universe within ourselves, beyond external events, beyond external happenings, beyond external occurrences, beyond external conditions, beyond external situations. You know, because what's going on within may be totally different than what's going on with those around you. What's going on, or let me rephrase that, what's going on within you may be totally different than what's going on with those around you. And in some cases, those around you, those around me, those around us could be going through the same thing. You see? But what's going on within may be saying something totally different. What's going on within us may be screaming something totally different. What's going on within us may be seeing something totally different than those around us. You know, even if we experiencing some of the same things, you know, And regardless of whether we're experiencing some of the same things or not, we need to be reminded that it's to get us more into ourselves and align with the sacred and divine aspects of what we are, in contrast to who we think we are by what we physically can see. You know, some things are for you and you only, you know, and everybody else ain't supposed to get it, you know. Some things are for you and you only, and everybody else ain't supposed to get it. Only you supposed to, you know. So regardless of what the challenges may be, regardless of what the tests may be that we find ourselves facing, it's important to know that it's meant to be a part of the testimony after we get through it, after we get past it, after we get above it, after we get over it, after it's behind us, however it fit. At the same time, it allows us to be more fluid. It allows us to be more flexible. It allows us to be more resilient, you know, than we ever been. So if change going on around you, it's a clear indicator of the change going on within you. Somebody gonna need to catch that. If change going on around you, it's a clear indicator that change going on within you, you know. So it's important to pay more attention to what's going on internal than what's going on external, because externality could fool you. It could trick you. You know, it had you caught up in what and what you're trying to get out of. You know, so yeah, how are you aligning with yourself is a question that you may need to be addressing yourself with. How am I aligning with myself? How are you aligning with yourself? You know, because you're here to bear witness to yourself through your life initiations, through your life experiences, aka life initiations. You know, what type of connection do you have with the universe within you according to the universe outside? You know, some of us here trying to do it backwards. We're trying to have a universe. We're trying to have a connection with the universe outside more than we're trying to have a connection with the universe within. You know, but what type of connection do you have with the universe within you according to the universe without? As within, so without. You see, as above, so below. Yeah, it's in reverse. For those that caught it, for those that didn't catch it, it's in reverse. You know, as above, so below. You hear me? But these are questions that I'm asking us that don't need external validation. You see, each and every one of us gonna have to validate it within ourselves, for ourselves. You know, but these are questions that don't need external validation or acceptance, but has everything to do with how we're able to validate and accept ourselves. You know, and the more we line up with ourselves, the easier those questions are to answer. You know, when is the last time you have clapped for yourself? You know, not because you have accomplished anything on the outside, but by the work you have accomplished within yourself. You ever had somebody tell you that they need a hug? When the last time you gave yourself a hug because you felt you needed one, not knowing that need to hug yourself was requiring something of you that you can only give yourself or supply for yourself. When is the last time you gave yourself a hug? And if you haven't, give yourself a hug right now. Tell you love you. You hear me? And that shouldn't be hard to do. Cause we'll say it all the time, oh I love me, oh I love me. You hear me? Give yourself a hug. You hear me? As spiritual beings having a human experience, you know, with quantum aspects, otherworldly aspects. You hear me? Each and every one of us have a quantity of energy. You know, at least in potential and magnitude to the frequency of radiation that we represent and transmit. So I say that to say, what are you putting out? See, because it's through my message that I got the message. So it's through my message that I'm able to transmit the things that I transmit. You know, irregardless of what I don't study or all the schools of thoughts, you know, I don't been a participator in. You know, it's through my message. You know, what are you putting out? More importantly, what are you taking in? What are you taking in? You hear me? I present it like that because it's evident the universe in you don't speak the same way of the universe outside of you, even though it might be communicating the same thing. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. And what I mean by that is, it's evident that the universe in you don't speak the same way the universe speak to those you know. And what means something to you won't, don't, and in some cases never will mean the same thing to everyone that you know. And it's a reason for that, because we custom made. Because we custom made. And what's so ironic about that, or what's so ironic about the fact that we is custom made, is because we're in a world where most people, well, I won't say most people, but a lot of being the same going on. You know, and that I find that real. I find something wrong with that, just to be like, you know. But we custom made, and we custom made for a reason. We got the same body parts and all of that. You hear me? But we custom made. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to serve the illusion, or use the illusion to serve you? And another way to enforce empowerment in what I just asked is, are you going to step into your power through your authenticity, or do everything what everybody else doing? If you understand what you are, if you understand what you come here to do, you will find this conversation more welcoming than those who don't. You know, if you understand what you come here to do, not what everybody else doing or what the world has made it appealing for everybody to do. You know, for everybody to like. You know, for everybody to put on. And we can go on we can go through many layers of that. You know, but what you come here to do. You know, how are you here to change the layout? How are you here to change the layout that was laid out for you? I'm here to change the layout. So everything. So what I'm doing ain't never been done. Not in what I come from. What I'm doing ain't never been done. Not by those who I come through. What I'm doing ain't never been done. Not by any that come through me. Yeah. What are you here to do? What did you come here to do? Are you here to change the layout? Are you here to be a vibrational frequency that your bloodline been waiting for? You know, gotta change the layout, family. We gotta change the layout, and to do so, we're gonna have to do some things that's never been done. We're gonna have to say some things that's never been said. You hear me? We're gonna have to exhibit some behaviors that's never been seen. You know? Yeah. Because if the world is a stage and everybody playing a part, rather we rather we a paid actor or not, this ain't no time to be acting. It's got to be real, and it's got to be authentic. You hear me? This journey not just about me. Just like this journey, just not about you. You know, it's about my ancestors as well as it's about your ancestors, earthly and cosmic. You know, and we got a choice in how we use this time that we've been given while we here. You know, so we could use it for the illusion of the world. You know, or we could use it to wake up Neo. You hear me? we could use it for this illusion of the world. Look, we use it to wake up Neo. Red or blue pill, which one you want? You hear me? But you get to decide, and that's the power that you get to decide. You know. And when you decide, you could become an outsider looking in. You hear me? You could become an outsider looking in from the inside out. Because it's a totally different view from up here. You hear me? But, yeah. You could do it. Whoever I'm talking to, you know, it's happening for you, not to you. You know, it's happening for you, not to you. So, whatever you experience, let it pass through you. You know, be the glitch. You hear me? Be the glitch and let your mess become your message. Because it's going to be beneficial to somebody other than you. You hear me? It's going to be beneficial to somebody other than you. It's going to be beneficial to somebody other than you. But you're going to have to see yourself to do it. 42, come back 6. The card say you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. You hear me? Let yourself be known. As I started out, if you use the things you focus on that make you feel bad in a way that you can express in order to feel good, you free. All you gotta do is rewrite your history. And anybody who rewriting their history, you know, for the highest purpose, you're gonna be seen. Because it's for one thing, it's not what people used to, and for another thing, it's not what you used to. It take a whole lot to rise above what you used to, you know, to step into all that you was meant to be. You heard? Within each of us, no matter how deep it might reside, is someone who desperately longs to be seen and cherished for who they are. This is a normal desire that is crucial to our well-being and the embodiment of our true self. It is not selfish, nor is it anything to be ashamed of. The gift of being seen is something that was meant to be given to us as children by a trusted caregiver, but sometimes they were unable to do so. There could be various reasons for this, and even if a caregiver did love us, they might still not have been able to truly see us as we are. In truth, it can be easier to see a person through our own lens instead of letting that person show us a new view of the world. That was heavy. I'm going to repeat it. It could be easier to see a person through our own lens instead of letting that person show us a new view of the world. And one thing I learned about that is to allow people to show me who they are. Allow people to show you who they are. Don't see people as you would want to see them. Allow people to show you who they are. Because in most cases, who you see them through or how you see them through your lens is totally different than how they see themselves. And a lot of times we'll treat people according to the lens that we see them through in regards to the lens they making themselves known to us. You hear me? And that could be good, it could be bad, or it could be positive, or it could be negative, or it could be indifferent. You hear me? According to how we affected by it. If you feel there are parts of you that would benefit from being seen, now is the time to do so. In the same way, it is healing for another to see us. It can be just as beneficial for us to see ourselves. If you feel there are parts of you that would benefit from being seen, now is the time to do so. In the same way, it is healing for another to see us. Because you'll never know what you're bringing to the forefront, how it may assist somebody else. But at the same time, it can be just as beneficial for you to see yourself. There's an acceptance exercise, and for this exercise, it's asking us to think of at least one thing, just one. Think of at least one thing you are very good at, but you have not allowed yourself to claim as yours. Once you have something in mind, make I am statements. Make I am statements. These statements could be about anything you like, but they should provide a sense of empowerment when you say them aloud. A few examples are, I am powerful, I am kind, I am amazing at board games, so forth and so on. Fill in your blank like only you can. Get as specific as you can regarding your awesomeness. Write down your I am statements and place them somewhere you will see them throughout your day. Whenever you see these statements, speak them out loud with conviction. Believe that what you are speaking about yourself is irrevocably true. Responsive journaling prompt for those who brought your pen and pad. How do you feel after a day of practicing I am statements? Is there anything holding you back from believing your own awesomeness? You deserve to be seen. You hear me? You deserve to be seen. Don't we all? You hear me? Don't we all? And I say that because we need more. we need more light in a dark place. You hear me? We don't been through enough. You know, if you've been through enough, you'll understand what I mean when I say we don't been through enough. And in saying that, we need more light in this dark space. You hear me? Because it's not the space that we in, you know, that make it dark. It's what the people who populating it bring into it. You heard? I'm gonna leave us with that. Feel good for no reason at all. Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, questions, love offering, donations, purchases, peace out woos, so forth and so on. You hear me? And until we do it again, I'm known as Sawu. Be you how you be you. Peace, family.